And we have Thomas today in the house. Welcome, Thomas.
Hi, Marco. Regards to Hamburg. Hey,
Yes, yes. So we have Vienna in Italy. Where are you right now?
that's
Exactly.
correct. Yes, Marco. So I'm not in Vienna today. I'm in Bologna in Italy. I'm having a very special Italian espresso. So just ordered coffee, and she was very tough because she's not accepting anything else than espresso here in Italy. So don't ask for
Beautiful.
coffee or for cappuccino. So now I'm here
Let
in
it,
Italy. Yeah,
let alone German coffee. So Thomas joined, just for context, Thomas also joined the 12-week language mastery program. And to give you a bit more context, Thomas' language is learning Italian. So we'll just, he's in the beautiful environment, and I just want to have a quick chat with you how the course is going. But first, who exactly are you and what do you do?
okay. I'm in the electronic business my lifetime, and now going also to other industries. I'm a sales trainer, sales consultant, and sales coach. So I'm helping companies and entrepreneurs and people, yeah, um, improve quickly their sales if they need help, and also having some more fun with selling. Speaking to people and understanding them, and having less resentments or fears, which at the end gives you better results. So yeah. It's talking to people, yeah, and connecting at the end.
Exciting. Sounds like really like a high performance job.
Yeah, indeed.
What was your initial situation before the course?
Yeah, exactly. And their Italian comes to the topic because I love this country and I have some customers, but I don't speak the language. Yeah?
Mhm.
And yes, they speak English, but to connect better, I said, okay, I I want to learn Italian. And by the way, this is now my first trip after our course, and it's so exciting. I'm really happy. That's why you see my emotion, because it feels
Mm.
better, and I have now, the mindset of being curious and ask the people about the language also. Yeah, so they train me all the day. And before you asked me what was
Mhm.
the situation before, frustration, because yeah, I'm now more than 50 years. I have an Italian name. Everybody's asking me if I can speak Italian, and I have not yet learned it. Never. Yeah, I was not able to follow through. Yeah.
Interesting that you say that because you have an Italian last name, Massino, and I have an Italian first name, Marco.
Yeah. Oh,
So if,
yes.
and I
Yeah.
also don't speak Italian, by the way, but if I would be in Italy, probably the people in Italy would expect me to know Italian. And
Yeah.
what was your motive for seeking the course?
Yeah. Exactly that you came into my life, if I may say, and
Mhm.
exploring that easy, that it's possible to learn a language even if you're older, and how you did it. Yeah. So the motive was, yeah, to finally do what I have to do, speaking Italian, understand the people better, but also use it for my business. So to increase my value, even if I consult people or companies from Germany or Austria making business in Italy. So I think I can increase my value also on the business side. It's not only for fun. That was my motivation.
It looks like the Italian covers both for you, like the personal enjoyment as well as the professional side.
Yes, yes, exactly. Indeed.
So what was your goal and what did you hope to gain from the course?
Yeah, my goal was how to finally learn and memorize things. So I had hard times to even understand how I can learn things and memorize it. Yeah. So it's less the perfectionism I seek for on grammar. Yeah, because the Italian people are quite patient with you. But to understand, to memorize the vocabulary and to speak, to have a conversation.
And it's interesting that you say that, by the way, the when you say the Italian people are quite patient with you, pretty much everybody, foreign people are quite patient with you, except for Germans.
There is another country which is not patient. I think it's your neighbor. So my experience in France is different. Maybe
Okay.
they are very strict, like the Germans.
Hmm.
But even everybody is happy if you speak
Yes.
their language a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. It makes a difference. Also, I noticed, for instance, when I was in India and spoke.
I'm sorry, I apologize, my French friends. They all speak good English, but when you're there on the countryside, they expect you to speak French. So,
Yes, could be.
but with your program, everybody can learn French, huh, isn't it?
For instance. But what I just wanted to mention is when I was, for instance, in India and then slowly learned to speak Hindi, it really opened up the culture. It's one way to speak English with people, like you can speak English with the Italians there, but if you even just a little bit in the beginning, it opens up the culture, and I feel they appreciate it so much more.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you achieve so far through the course?
So what did I achieve? I achieved a system or a habit
Mhm.
to constantly learn and to have the mindset, or how can I say how is it in English? Um, it's now in my daily routine, I would say, to be
Mhm.
open to even here when I'm traveling, yeah, to look for learning words, to ask waitresses to speak in Italian, asking what does it mean. I'm in a conversation, an email conversation in business. I'm looking for what does it mean. So I'm constantly learning without any additional stress or time. And I didn't saw it before. I just didn't saw it. And now I do things which is easier than before. So I accomplished the process. I'm not ready with
Mhm.
speaking Italian but I'm confident in if I go further this way, I will
It looks like
better and
that
better.
you already continuously go outside your comfort zone, and then you're on a very good trajectory to learning Italian or to really mastering Italian even.
Yes, yes.
Excellent. And how would you describe the course?
How would I describe the course? Incredible. uh, Expect the unexpected. Um, and yes, it is. Yeah, it's something I have not expected, and I would say you need to try it. Yeah, you cannot describe because how your personality on one hand, you're very respectful and smooth, and you start so easy and just do a minute a day, and it's just a minute, huh? And then you go more and more and more, and without realizing you have implemented habits. So I would say it's just, yeah, it's great. So thank you for however you do it. It's kind of a little bit of magic, to be honest. Yeah, indeed. So of course we have to do the work and we have to follow through. But I remember the problem after 3 4 weeks. I stopped doing that, and you are here, and you are not forgetting people. And you called me and I said, "Hey, Thomas, I didn't hear, I'm not hearing about you. So what's going on? And come jump on a call." So you do the extra miles, and I appreciate it very much. Yeah? Because sometimes we are lost, and you come and you pick our hands and bring us back, and this is
Oh,
so valuable. Thank you so much for that.
thank you so much also for this feedback. And what particularly surprised you about the course?
What surprised me about the course? Yeah, what surprised me, and I had some resistance at the beginning, that it's not about specifically learning a language. So you don't teach me Italian. And I said, hey, how should it work? But
Mm.
it's more important that you teach me how to learn it and created, all the things we talk now, the habits, and gave me insights in how the brain works and all these things. And I was so surprised about the strategy because, now I feel I'm better in learning anything, So I mean, it could be something else also, but at the same time, you asked me to focus on one thing because I have so many ideas, and you said, no, one thing after the other. And that's also something I learned with you.
Perfect. Excellent. And would you recommend this course? And if so, to whom would you recommend this course?
Yes, I recommend the course, of course, and to everybody who want to learn a language like me and have given up and said, no, I'm too old. I have not the memory to remember anything. And it's so important, even when we are older, that we train our brain and keep on going. And I see that. But yeah, that's for me. And people, they want to even increase, let's say, the capability or the feeling of getting connected to other people. Yeah, and you don't need to be perfect. So just having a knowledge of understanding them better. Yes, I would say, as you said, cultures are different, and you get more insights. I know you're teaching also classic language, and I don't have an idea about that, but I can assume that you even are capable to understand this. I know it from English. Sometimes I've had hard times to translate something back to German because I miss the verb. So this is then getting very interesting. This is a long answer now to your question. Sorry for that.
It's all good. No.
It's really getting interesting to get more. I ever had the chance without speaking the language to understand people. That's incredible.
Interesting answer. Like, thank you for this feedback. And yes, by the way, as a fun fact, what you mentioned when you speak English and have trouble translating it back, this is already an advanced stage in the language that your brain is already separating the languages and you don't translate in your head anymore from German to English, but you already think in English. Whereas right now, I would argue you would still translate from German to Italian, and at a later stage, you would not translate in Italian anymore. You would just think in Italian. But you already have really internalized one language, at least one language. I mean, one foreign language, which is English. And I'm sure right now, as you're progressing, you do the same thing in Italian as well.
This is how you always can motivate me to say, hey, Thomas, you have achieved this, so you can do that as well. And you're right. Yeah. I mean, if I want, if I do it, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And you have the perfect surrounding.
Yes, putting yourself in the surrounding is even helpful. Yeah.
Full immersion. Well, excellent. Thank you so much, Thomas, for your time today. I know you have a very busy schedule on your business trip, and thank you so much for making the time. And thank you so much for your feedback. And of course, we will continue to work with one another.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm looking forward, to get to the next level.
And ciao, Thomas.
Thank you. Arrivederci. Ciao, Marco.